welcome. You're watching Market Meter on Money9, India's first multilingual platform for personal finance from TV9 News Network. I'm Sakshi Batra, and joining in is a very special guest right now. Swati Hotkar from Nirmal Bang joins in, who shall share with us what is the expectation from the market from here on, what is the outlook, and what are the stocks that you should keep on your radar. Thank you very much, Swati, for joining in. Let me begin by first understanding from you, how are you approaching the current markets? It's been highly volatile since morning trade, and right now they've actually turned negative amid this volatility. How do you expect the markets to trade in the next week? What should be the strategy that investors must follow?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sakshi. As of now, the view on the market is little bit cautious. From the last one and a half week, we are continuously witnessing a very choppy trading session on the Nifty as well as on the Bank Nifty side. On the Nifty front, we are witnessing that the Nifty is just hovering within the range of 14,800 to 15,000 levels. Within this 200 points, we are witnessing trading sessions in the Nifty as of now. Whereas on the downside, 14,800 will be the crucial support levels provided by its 50 days moving average. So today we need to keep an eye on whether the Nifty sustains above 14,800 or not. If it's break that level on the closing basis, then the selling pressure will be likely to be intensified, which might take a Nifty towards 14,600 to 14,400. Whereas on the higher side, 15,000 will be the crucial resistance level. Unless and until it trades below 15,000 psychological level, the view will remain cautious. But we have seen in the market that the stocks are really doing very well, whether it's a mid cap or the large cap counters. There is a continuously rotational, sectoral wise rotational we are witnessing. So it's a stock specific market. I would like to suggest the clients and the investor, rather than concentrating more into the indices based trading. As of now, we have to need to the switch on to the stock basis trading with the strict stop losses. In the Nirmal Bang itself, we are just initiating more and more intraday calls, because as of now, one day we are witnessing a gap up, the another day we are witnessing a gap down as of now. So it's a very choppy trading sessions, little bit difficult to give the positional call, but definitely intraday we are getting very good quality calls. So I would like to suggest the clients to trade better intraday calls with the quality stocks and with the strict stop losses.
Okay, so it is a market where we are seeing a whole bouts of volatility, and it is better to stay with stock specific moves right now. So how would you suggest investors to move ahead with their stock picking strategy at this point in time amid this volatility? What should they do?
Yeah, as of now, we are initiating a majorly into the buy calls as of now. If we specifically concentrating only on the pure on technicals, as of now, I'm looking. Titan really looks good at the current levels, even though the market is trading very choppy. Yesterday, this particular counter has given a good breakout with the decent volumes. Even we have initiated a buy calls in this particular counter. As of now, currently the stock is at 1602 levels. One can go for a long at the current levels with the revised stop loss of 1560, and upside I'm looking for a target of 1660 to 1670 levels on the higher side. This particular counter is very well placed above all the important moving averages, so it has a potential to reach up to 1660 levels on the higher side. So Titan will be my first buy call. Second buy call I would like to initiate from the pharma pack. Even from today, we have seen a good amount of momentum into the pharma stocks.
Right.
Cipla really looks very good, even though the market is not performing at very level, the current levels. This particular counter is almost up by the 4%. So this is the very good counter I'm looking on the buyer side. We have the stock has given a flat pattern breakout with a very good volumes today, Sakshi. So it will be the first bet to take a buy call in the Cipla. Upside, I'm looking for
Okay.
a target up to 910. One can go for a long into the Cipla with the strict stop loss of 850 rupees. And the third buy call I would like to suggest on from the mid cap counter will be the Gufic Bio. This particular counter, Sakshi, on the technical setups is really strong. It is in the formation of the inverse head and shoulder formation. It is on the verge of giving the breakout of those neckline. The neckline comes at around 118 levels. Today we have witnessed this particular counter had just 118 levels, but somehow it's failed to give the breakout. But over a period of time, I believe it has a very potential to reach up to at least 125 levels. So one can take a buy call in the Gufic Bio. Stop loss can be kept at 110 levels and take a buy.
Okay, thank you very much, Swati, for joining in and sharing your stock recommendations and your market outlook with all our viewers on Money9 as well. 3 strong picks have been given, and they all vary from mid-cap counters to pharma to also consumer discretionary space, where you can expect some upside from the current levels as well. Moving on, let's quickly see how the markets are trading at this point in time. Of course, a whole lot of volatility is marring the indices and the movement there. With respect to the Sensex right now, it's down almost 33 3 points right now. That's absolutely flat with a negative bias. 49,712 is the level at which the Sensex is trading at. When you talk about the Nifty 50, it's still trading somewhere around what it was trading around in the morning trading session also, 14,857 right there. 16 points of a loss and 0.11% of a negative return is what we can see right now on this counter. The Nifty Bank is feeling some bit of a pressure, 0.3% of a downtick over here, 100 points of a loss for the Nifty Bank, 32,666. That's the level at which the Nifty Bank is trading at. But where the gains are coming in is clearly from the small cap space, almost a percent of an uptick there, 21,647. That's the level at which the BSE small cap is trading at. Strong gains of almost 200 points in a weak broad market sell-off that we are seeing. The mid-cap sector also, if you see, has added about 62 odd points to itself. 0.3% of an uptick, 20,840 is the level at which the BSE mid-cap is also trading at. Looking at the sectors move, just like to understand what is the clear picture coming in from. So you can clearly see private banks and financial services, they continue to drag the market indices. They were the ones that were dragging in the early trade also, and they are still in the red. What's also slipped into the red at halftime and beyond is the metal index now. It was trading with handsome gains in the morning, but is down about 1% now. So all of those are seeing some kind of profit booking because they have rallied in the past 1 week as well. Looking ahead, when you talk about stocks from the IT space, that is lending some support. Remember, there is huge interest right ahead of the earnings season on some IT counters. From 12th, we'll start seeing TCS and then Infosys starting to pour their earnings. There is a good expectation of the earnings this time around from the IT space. So there is some bear buzz there. The FMCG counters are coming to a revival space, and you can see many counters like HUL supporting the market rally right now, or market momentum right now. The pharma index is something that is really helping the indices stem the kind of losses that they are seeing, because that's up almost 3%. So it's the pharma space that is getting the most highlighted today in the trading session, apart from the PSU banking space that's also garnering a huge investors' interest right now, almost 3.5% uptick seen on that index as well. Moving on to understand how the gainers and the losers are placed at this point in time. From the Nifty 50 gainers pack, you can clearly see some of the pharma names like Sun Pharma, Cipla. They are gaining quite strongly in today's trading session, up almost 4% in the trade today. When you talk about the auto space, that's buzzing with the Tata Motors counter. Remember, this counter has outshone in the past. In FY21, it was a counter that outperformed the Nifty and was one of the best gainers there, and 3% uptick is still being seen. Strong moves up there. Hindustan Unilever from the FMCG pack is holding up the index higher, 2.6% uptick over there. Dr. Reddy's again from the pharma space is also pulling up the index. So clearly it's the pharma space that is getting healthy returns in today's trading session. On the laggard space, let's quickly take a look there as well. And you can clearly see some of the metal counters that were actually part of the gaining pack in yesterday's trading session are now losing in trade. JSW Steel, Tata Steel, both of them down about 2% in trade right now. Bajaj Finance, Ultratech Cement, and UPL are some of the other counters that are also down about 2% in trade right now. So with that, we wrap up this edition of Market Meter for you. A whole lot is awaited on the other side, so stay tuned on to Money9 to get all the updates on the markets and personal finance front.